Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Sips, a Lucha Bardo lifestyle podcast featuring me, Texas Rose, and
Lucretia.
you'll probably get to hear the pups in the background, Pepper and Tony, at some point, even though it looks like it's nap o'clock for them. It's always nap o'clock for those pugs.
Yes.
But does anybody have any pets, and what kind of pets do you have? Do you have fish? Fish are dangerous.
Yes. I just read an article that warned us of that. They said there's going to be some giants coming up from the sea.
Great. Just great. Anyway, today's podcast is brought to you live from us with no sponsors yet because nobody listens really, even though our podcasts are fucking amazing. But today's podcast is going to be one that is not for the faint of heart.
Never. We were on a binge of watching horror movies lately, and boy, did we see the truth coming to life.
Dude, we're living the horror movies. We seriously are living the horror movies and the apocalyptic movies. Okay, so anyway, let's get right down to it. So when I was a little kid, which was back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, they used to make crap horror movies, right? Like Alligator, Piranha. Do you know how many little baby alligators were purchased and then flushed down the toilets and lived in the sewers? And do you know that there was actually an alligator living in the sewers of Manhattan because somebody did that and they had to rescue it? Mom, you're nodding your head. They can't see you.
Oh, yes. I remember that very well. I was afraid to take the subway to work because of that. I said I could just see an alligator coming up, paying their token to get through and ride the subway.
Dude, I was afraid to sit on the toilet that it was going to come up and bite my ass. And I was a kid. I had a little itty bitty ass. But, so we all know that I love horror movies. My horror movie viewing has diminished. I usually keep it just to the month of October, and then we do our dinner, and that'll be fun for our podcast. But I do this horror movie dinner theme where I pick a horror movie, or my family picks a horror movie, and then we build our menu to be the theme of the movie. So you have to have a cocktail, which that's not difficult for you and I and Jimmy.
No.
And your appetizer, well, we didn't do appetizers, but it used to be your cocktail, your main dish, and your dessert would be built around the theme of the horror movie. So that's generally now when I watch my horror movies. However, there's
Lately,
Go ahead.
Lately, they've been coming in droves, these horror movies, and they're very realistic.
Yes. I did DVR Piranha when that was on, and I tried watching it, and it was so horrible. So horrible, I couldn't get through it. But let's just face it, what happens in a piranha emergency? And you may think, who the hell's having a piranha emergency? But let me tell you something, people. It happens. It seriously happens. Now, piranhas are a warm water fish, and they swim in schools of piranhas. And I'm just going to tell you, if you are in the water, always make sure that you have a hunk of meat. Because if in a piranha emergency, if they come swarming at you, just take your hunk of meat and throw it in the opposite direction. Make sure it's a bloody hunk of meat, and they'll go after that and not you. However, there was a piranha emergency back in the late 90s, early 2000s in Ronkonkoma, New York.
That's right.
Now, if anybody has never heard of Ronkonkoma, New York, it is on Long Island, which is a island off of Manhattan Island that actually looks like a fish.
Yes.
But it does. Look at your map. Look at the state of New York, and you will see Long Island, which actually does looks like a fish. Well, there was this young boy, and his father went fishing in Lake Ronkonkoma, which is a actually cursed lake because of the Indian princess, who, that's a whole other story, but it is a cursed lake. He went fishing, and instead of pulling up whatever fish they thought they were fishing for, he pulled out a piranha. And his father was like, no, this is not a piranha. It's some kind of weird zombie fish, whatever. And they kept this fish in their bucket of fish. And they went to the game store and they said, hey, what type of fish is this? Is it safe to eat? And it turned out to be an actual piranha in Lake Ronkonkoma, which Lake Ronkonkoma is supposedly a bottomless lake, which feeds into the Atlantic Ocean. But do you want to say anything about this?
Not yet.
Okay. They made the newspaper, the Long Island newspaper, which, oh goodness, what was the name of? Newsday.
Yes, and I cut out the article because the fisherman and his son was my nephew and my great-nephew.
But it gets better. So you think, okay, it's safe to swim in the lake, right? No, fuck that noise. Because the following year, I shit you not, they went fishing again and it was the other son. And guess what they caught?
A piranha.
So piranhas apparently don't care about not swimming in warm water. It mutated to adapt to Lake Ronkonkoma.
Right.
And who knows how many piranhas are living in that lake to this day.
Good thing I moved from there.
Oh, no shit. No shit. Oh, my God. Should we talk about the princess?
Yeah.
All right. I don't remember what tribe
She was from.
But if you Google Indian princess of Lake Ronkonkoma, you will find this. This is fact. This is not us making up stories and being goofy. But there was an Indian princess who fell in love with a white man. And of course, the chief of the tribe, who was her father, did not permit it. And it was a forbidden love. And the white man lived on one side of the lake and the Indians lived on the opposite side of the lake. And they being the princess and the boy, went swimming to meet one another, and he drowned. And then did she drown too? I don't remember.
I think she jumped into the lake to try to save him, and she couldn't save him.
You talk, Mom. I'm going to Google this.
And that's when the legend began. Every summer, there would be a young man would be drowned in the lake.
Because she would take them.
She would take them. She was looking for her lover, and she couldn't find him. So every year, and I lived there, 40 years? Mm-hmm. In that place. And that's why I know it's true, because every summer, one young man would be swallowed up by the lake.
And what's even more hysterical, not really, or ironic, I should say, is Mom and I had attended a wedding, and the wedding took place on the beach of Lake Ronkonkoma. And as we all processed out of the hall where the reception would be to go to the wedding ceremony, there was crime scene tape.
Yes.
On the beach. And we're like, oh, crime scene tape. Well, as it is, some man had gone missing and the body washed up on the lake. The princess took him. But I did manage to pull up the legend of Lake Ronkonkoma. Would you like me to read it?
Yes.
Okay. So this is, again, if you Google, you will find this. The article is by Jenna Glatzer, and it's called The Legends of Lake Ronkonkoma. The myths and legends surrounding Lake Ronkonkoma would be easy to dismiss as silly superstition were it not for the eerie reality. For many decades, someone drowned in Lake Ronkonkoma almost every year. Lake Ronkonkoma is Long Island's biggest and deepest lake. For some time, Indians thought the lake was bottomless because people who had drowned there would often just disappear and their bodies never recovered. However, even though this myth persists, the lake is not bottomless. It measures about 70 feet at its deepest. The most prevalent legend is about Princess Ronkonkoma, an Indian princess who died at the lake in the mid-1600s. One version of the story is that she was walking across the ice one winter when she met and fell in love with an English woodcutter named Hugh Birdsall, who lived across the lake. However, her father, chief of the Setauket tribe, forbade the relationship. So every day for 7 years, she would write letters on pieces of bark, row to the middle of the lake, and float the letters across the lake to Hugh. Then, after all those years of being kept apart from her love, she rowed to the middle of the lake and stabbed herself to death. I didn't remember that.
I didn't either.
There are variations on this particular story, such as that the princess drowned herself after learning about her lover's death and that her body washed up in Connecticut, which ties into the idea that the lake is bottomless and there are underground channels to other lakes. While there's no proof the princess ever existed, Hugh Birdsall was a real person who eventually moved back to England and got married there. In any case, the story goes that the Indian princess claims a boy's life every year either to avenge her lover's death or to try to find herself a soulmate in death. And the statistics back up this curse. Of all the recorded drownings on this lake, the vast majority has been young males.
And usually these young males all are trying to stop the tradition from coming, and that doesn't work.
Well, here's another funny tidbit. Dr. David S. Ignieri was the head lifeguard at Lake Ronkonkoma for 32 summers and says there were at least 30 deaths during that time. Guess what?
What?
All males.
Young males from the high school.
Yep. On the program Weird US, which aired on the History Channel in 2005, Ignieri explains that one of the biggest challenges was that visibility in the lake is non-existent after about the first 10 feet. If anyone submerges lower than that, no one will be able to rescue the person because the lake becomes enveloped in total blackness.
And within the last several years, one of the citizens of Lake Ronkonkoma has created this statue, the carving, and they have it out at the lake also.
Yes.
So if you ever want to go see it, you can.
It's beautiful.
But keep your young men strapped to you.
Yes. Here's another tidbit. The Long Island paranormal investigators take a particular interest in Lake Ronkonkoma as well, partly because their group is based in Ronkonkoma. They've been investigating urban legends, homes, and businesses for signs of paranormal activity for 7 years, using a host of instruments, including a Geiger counter, thermometers, cameras, motion sensors, wind meters, voltage meters, and ion counters. Their ongoing investigation at Lake Ronkonkoma has been inconclusive. We use electric magnetic field meters, also known as EMF, because current theories indicate that a spirit manifesting will give off an electrical field higher than what is normal, or that the spirit may use the current's electrical field in order to manifest itself. Well, at the lake, we have observed higher EMF fields than what we would have expected to encounter. However, we remain unsure if this was caused by buried or nearby electrical powers near homes, businesses, or something else. I'm going with the lake is haunted. That's what I'm going with. And especially being that when I was a kid, they used to have docks that would lead out and it would count how many feet the water would be for safety, and there was lifeguards, and it was the place to be. We used to go there every summer.
Yes.
It was inexpensive. We would go on the free side and everything. That way we didn't have to pay to get in because, single parents and cheap parents. They knew all the secrets. But it was a beautiful place to vacation. And then, as humans are, we polluted it, and the lake became disgusting. And they actually prohibited swimming there for many years.
Yes.
But now the lake is cleaned up. It being a Lake Ronkonkoma, well, I'm not a Lake Ronkonkoma because I wasn't born and raised there, but it is not as pretty as the water never went back to normal.
No.
I should say. It never went back to normal after what people did to it. So yeah, just be careful when you go into lakes because piranhas are lurking. They are lurking. Do you want to add anything to that, Ma?
No, it's just that I always carry a hunk of meat with me and I go.
In a cooler?
Yes, I have a cooler so that it's fresh because the piranhas don't like stale meat.
No, they do not.
No, I know, they won't eat it.
Yeah.
They're not as stupid as some of the humans who'll eat anything.
See, and this is why I made you watch that movie as a kid. I don't know how many times, but you have learned. I have saved you with my piranha watching because you know what to do in a piranha emergency.
Definitely.
Piranha emergency! Okay, Papa, we're safe. We don't need any... Oh, and speaking of fish, there was a book. It's a kid's book that was written, and it was about my zombie goldfish.
That's right.
I don't remember the author. I should just keep my laptop over here. But there's a children's series of books about a zombie goldfish who hypnotizes the humans. So fish are just evil. Stay away from fish. Don't eat fish. Don't look at fish. Can we get a pet goldfish?
No, not another one. How many have we had?
I don't know. We have to get a fighter fish. We'll name it Opie in honor of...
Okay.
No, that's going to be my next puppy's name, Opie. Not even Telford. Opie. So Outbreak.
Now, remember, I read this article just this morning while I was having my coffee about be careful, it's coming.
Oh, my God.
So we'll have to wait and see.
All right.
We'll keep you informed, though.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We will not let anything happen to our listeners. Not on our watch. Not on our watch at all. Okay, so there is another movie starring Dustin Hoffman, Rene Russo, Kevin... Oh, God, what's his name?
I keep thinking Kevin James.
No, not Kevin James. Oh, my God. All right, this is horrible. We are so unprepared. Going back to the laptop. But we liked him until he went crazy. Mom, talk.
Oh, yes, so, what should I talk about?
Outbreak.
Opie?
Outbreak.
Oh,
Kevin Spacey. How could I forget that?
That's right, Kevin Spacey. We loved him.
All right, so Dustin Hoffman, Rene Russo, Morgan Freeman, Kevin Spacey, Cuba Gooding Jr., Patrick Dempsey, Mikati McHotster from Grey's Anatomy. The movie Outbreak, which is about the outbreak of a virus, and people contract it and die in horrific manners with blood coming out of their eyeballs and their ears and seizing and crazy high fevers. I highly recommend this movie. It's great. Amazing cast. I watch it every time it's on TV. And again, very educational. Especially Patrick Dempsey, who was freaking playing with the monkey, which was contaminated. But at least he didn't get bit. Or if I don't remember. Maybe he did get bit, but he got saved. I think he did get bit. Patrick Dempsey, if you're listening to our podcast, can you please Please confirm what happened to your character. So anyway, again, great movie, great cast. Watch it every time it's on because it's amazing. And I cry because of Kevin Spacey. He gets the virus and he dies.
Yes.
And his name in the movie is Casey. And oh my God, very sad, very sad. So watched the movie when it came out. Watch it every time it's on TV, blah, blah, blah. Rewind to the COVID outbreak. Right now, at the time, my mom was a winter Texan and she would fly in for Christmas, stay until about Easter,
Yeah.
and then fly home. We think, we being mom and I, we think we got corona. We got coronavirus. I wouldn't mind having the coronavirus. We think we got the COVID virus right before the big hullabaloo, but that's a whole other story. So anyway, we got sick, we got through it. Now there's the outbreak and everything is shutting down and you're told don't touch your face. Have you touched your face since the outbreak?
No.
Because President Trump said don't touch your
touch
face. Does he touch his face? Or does
I
he
don't
have
think so.
somebody touch his face for him? Maybe Melania touches his face.
It could be.
She touches his face with a sponge on a stick and so no touching your face, social distancing, everything's shutting down. And my mom's like, hey, I'm going back to New York. And I said, the fuck you're getting on a plane at your age with this virus. You're not flying. I will drive you back to New York. And my darling husband, who thinks he's the bee's knees, and he is.
He is.
He is. And he's
so good and we love him.
but he's so easy to harass. You can't help it. He says, no, we can't drive back to New York by ourselves. He's going to drive with us. So we load up the SUV. We had Pepper at the time. She was just 4 months old, maybe.
Yeah.
3 months old. She was so cute and tiny. She is cute.
Oh, I love her.
Not just tiny anymore.
No. And she's very demanding.
I'm not big. I am pleasantly plump. Pleasantly plump, people.
That's what her father told her.
So we pack up the dog. Mom's like, hide the toilet paper. People are stealing toilet paper. Hide the toilet paper. Jimmy, my husband's like, oh, we're doing a Griswold family trip. We have to tie the luggage to the roof because that's what my father did when we would go. And I'm like, just shove the fucking luggage and the toilet paper in the back of the SUV. Like, what are you people doing?
And I had all new clothes and sweaters and things in the suitcase I had just bought.
So we're going to make a field trip out of it. Mom had never been to New Orleans, and we're like, oh, we're taking you to New Orleans. So we get to New Orleans, and the first night we go to dinner, everything's great, la-di-da-di-da. We take you down Bourbon Street, la-di-da-di-da. Next day, which is the day we're heading out of New Orleans, we stop for a beer on Bourbon Street. And it was horrible, not because of the people, but every 5 feet, I kid you not, someone would say, can I take a picture of your puppy? Can I take a picture of your puppy? And I don't understand this. I do not understand this, right? Because you go into Times Square and there's people in costume and whatever, and if you want a picture with them, you have to pay. You go to New Orleans, there's entertainers. I don't want to say street workers. Yeah. Entertainers, you throw them money or you take I'm like $5 to take a picture of my dog. Didn't make a sense. Didn't make a fucking sense. What is that?
But they all loved her because she was so cute.
And tiny. I was tiny.
Yeah, she was.
She was very tiny. And she had her little Iron Man t-shirt one day.
Yeah.
The next day she had her little Hulk t-shirt. She's on Bourbon Street drinking beers because you were letting her drink out of your cup, which is surprising because my mom does not let dogs lick her or drink out of her cup, but apparently Pepper's allowed to drink out of your beer. Oh, animal lovers, the dog is fine, all right? She is perfectly fine. I know you're not supposed to feed alcohol to your pets. Trust me, the dog is fine. So we leave New Orleans, and I shit you not, we made it out of New Orleans in the nick of time because the National Guard moved into New Orleans and declared martial law because people were not social distancing. So our next stop was Tennessee, and we were going to visit with some friends and whatnot, which we did. And my mom calls into New York to tell her cousin, hey, we're coming home tomorrow. And our cousin Frankie tells her, oh, your refrigerator died. And mom goes, oh, that's okay, we'll be home tomorrow. New York was in a freaking panic. They shut down the bridges. They were shutting, I think they declared martial law too, I think, at the time.
I think so.
So I'm like, Mom, how are we getting you back to Long Island, where the piranhas live? Because I don't even think, we have Texas plates on the car. I don't think they're going to let us over the bridge. They're going to turn us around. And how are we going to get you a new refrigerator? So Jimmy and I, being the smart ones, decide Mom's coming back to Texas with us. So we turn around and we start trekking back to Texas. And we're in Arkansas and we're hungry. And there's no restaurants open because of COVID. So everything's shut down, but you could go through a drive-through at a fast food place. So we go to Wendy's. Mom gets whatever she gets. I get whatever I get. I think you and I got the same whatever.
Yeah.
Jimmy gets something different, right? So we eat our meal, and we're driving, and all of a sudden Jimmy starts farting. And we're dying. It's like toxic. And we're like, dude, what the hell? So like we're cranking the windows, and he's tooting away, and now he starts barking, and he's like, every time he would fart or burp, he's like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it on purpose. And we're like, we know you're not doing it. We know you're not doing it on purpose, but your farts are killing us. They're killing us. Like, oh my God. Pepper's got her nose out the window, like, please, somebody save me. All you saw with his little nose out the crack of the window. So it's early morning. It's like 2:00 in the morning, maybe. And he's like, babe, I can't drive anymore. He's like, I really feel sick. Can you drive? I think I need to sleep. I don't know what, like, I can't stop farting and burping, and my head is spinning. I'm like, all right, yeah, no problem. So he gets in the back with Pepper, and poor Pepper's like, save me. Why are you doing this to me? You brought the farts closer. They're closer. So he's in the back with Pepper, farting and burping. Mom's in the front seat, like, do you need me to talk to keep you awake? I'm like, no, I'm fine. Like, I am good. So we're driving, and finally he's like, babe, like, I need a rest stop. I think I'm going to be sick. So looking for a rest stop. The sign says rest stop, or like, you know, right? So I pull over, and it's one of those rest stops. It's not that, it's the rustic ones where you have to drive down the driveway, and then it's just a building, and it's toilets, and then there's a vending machine, and it's totally a scene for like abduction or some kind of mass murder or paranormal activity, which I swear, right? So Jimmy goes to the restroom. Mom and I are sitting in the car, airing it out from all the toxic farts. Mom, were you okay at that point?
Yes, just about.
And we're sitting there, and we're like, I hope he's okay. Is he okay? And I'm like, should we go check on him? And he was in there for about a good 20 minutes.
Yes.
And then I look out the window. Now, also, I'm telling you, like, guys, you don't understand, and you think I'm making this up, but I am not.
No, she's telling the truth.
Like, it's misty, right? Like it's not a full rain, but you know, like that misty rain that the water rivets like go down slowly, and like if you stand out there, you're like, oh, it's refreshing, and then 10 minutes later, you're like, oh my God, my clothes are drenched. It's that, and I look out the window, and there is 3 kids holding hands, jumping up and down, and then twirling in a circle, like Ring Around the Rosie, and there is another car. I think there was another car, because all I know is I dialed in on these kids circling and jumping around, and I was like, what the actual fuck? And I look at Mom and I said, Mom, do you see what I see? What did you see, Ma?
Oh my God. What's happening?
No, but did you see what I saw? Did you see the kids jumping and circling
Yes.
and Ring Around the Rosie? And if anybody knows about Ring Around the Rosie, it's about the plague. It is about the Black
That's
Plague.
right.
So I'm like, holy shit, we're gonna die. I called Jimmy. I'm like, dude, and he's like, I'm okay, I'm okay. And I'm not making fun of his voice. That's what he sounded like. I'm like, dude, we gotta go. Like, we need to go right now. Okay, I'll be right out. So he comes out of the restroom. There's circling of whatever. I don't know if they were real, if they were spirit. Mom and I saw it. That's all I need to know. In the rain. My husband gets to the car, doesn't get in the car, just about to get into the car, and he pukes his ever-loving brains out in the parking lot.
And the old guy.
No, we didn't get to that guy yet.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh my God. So then he comes around to get in the car again, and he pukes again. Like buckets of puke. Loads of puke. And I'm not even going to make the noise because I have a very weak gag reflex. And I'm just like, windows up, doors locked. Like, seriously. And, oh my God, I think he will never forgive me. I think he will never forgive me. And maybe I need to go to confession for this. I don't know, because when you're in a situation, whether it's kidnapping, I'm being serious, or mugging, anything traumatic, your body goes into fight or flight mode.
Right.
And I think I was in fight and flight mode at the same time. Because I slammed those locks on the door so fast when me, Mom, and Pepper in the car. And Jimmy's like, let me in the car. And I'm like, no, you're not getting in the car. Let me in the car. No, you are not getting in the car because you have the COVID. You have the COVID. I am not being exposed to your COVID. Oh my God, you have the virus. I am not, and I wasn't even concerned so much for me, but Mom, because Mom was in her 70s at this point, and she's elderly, and her immune system, and I'm like, no, you're not getting in this car. And he's like, are you seriously gonna leave me here? I don't even remember if I put the car in gear, but he actually said, are you seriously gonna leave me here? Seriously? And he was furious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're not getting in this car. And because in my head, the movie Outbreak, hazmat suits. And I kept telling them the whole ride, I'm like, if we see people in hazmat suits on the street, you're reversing our car out of there, and we are not traveling that path. All I was looking for was army tents and hazmat suits while we were driving. And I was not being exposed to the virus and letting Mom be exposed. And in my mind, with Pukey Von Pukensir, he was exposed. He had the virus. And then Mom was the voice of reason. And she said, Rose, go ahead. Tell them what you told me.
We can't leave him because we'll be accused of murder.
That's not what you said. You said, if he has the virus, we were already exposed.
That's right.
And I said, oh shit. And I unlocked the doors and I let him in to the car. So he raged at me for a good 10 minutes because he would never leave me and blah, blah, this, and I'm his wife, but I'm a horrible wife and I'm going to leave him. And I'm like, motherfucker, I saw Outbreak. I know how it ends. Don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't spit on me. Keep your farts in the back seat. Like, no. So he goes to sleep, and GPS is taking us this cockamamie way. I think Siri had the virus, the COVID virus, because it did not take us the normal way. It was taking us through nothing. Like, we'd be watching the gas gauge, like, do we have gas or we go to get stranded? So finally, I can't drive anymore. And I see this gas station convenience store thing. It wasn't even a rest stop, but it was just like that. And I'm like, Mom, I gotta pull over and get sleep. And she's like, yeah, no problem, whatever. So we go to sleep, and Pepper wakes up at, say, 8 o'clock in the morning because that she knew that was breakfast time and to go out. So she wakes us up, or me up. We get up, we go to the bathroom, everybody's not coming close to one another because social distancing, and we splash our face with water. I get a hot chocolate because I couldn't drink one more sip of coffee. We get out of we leave, we're in the store, and we asked Jimmy, like, are you feeling any better? And he's like, I don't know. He's like, I think I am, blah, blah, blah. And he looked a little better.
Yeah, he wasn't green anymore.
Yeah, he was almost normal color. So he's like, I don't know why he didn't come right out with us, but you and I got in the car, and we're waiting for him to come out. And all I know is he's walking from this building to the car, and he does this arc, and he circles back, and he pukes in the parking lot. And I'm like, oh, shit. So he's in the parking lot, and we have the windows up, and this man in Norton comes up to us, and he taps on the window, and he's like, do you know that man? And I said, yeah, he's my husband. And he's like, he's sick. And I said, yeah, it's not the virus, because now I'm trying to cover our ass. We're trying to cover our ass. We're like, it's not the virus. He's got food poisoning. Where are you coming from? So we're like, well, and I launched into the whole story about how, we were going to drive my mom from Texas to New York, and we had to turn around and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, where are you coming from? And we're like, Arkansas. Like, we don't even know where the hell we are. Like, are we in Texas? Are we in Arkansas? Or like, where are we? And he's like, there's an outbreak of a virus going on, and he doesn't look well, and this man would not let us unroll the window. When I attempted to roll down the window, he like slams his hand on the window and is like, no, leave the window up. All right, dude. So he's like, you're gonna get this man in your car, and you're gonna drive. What was it? How many miles?
I don't remember.
2 miles.
Yeah.
You're gonna drive 2 miles down this street, and then you're gonna see a Piggly Wiggly on your right, and in that Piggly Wiggly is a phone booth, and in the phone booth you're going to go and you're going to call
an ambulance,
and they're going to take him to the hospital, and I'm like, where are we? We're trying to get to San Marcos. At the time we lived in San Marcos, Texas. Like, we're trying to get back to San Marcos, Texas. That's all I need to do is get us back. No, and this man took our license plate number down. And all I keep thinking is, holy fucking shit, we're living in outbreak. Like this man is documenting everything. And he's like, and I'm going to call ahead, and I'm going to let them know that you're on your way, and they're taking your husband to the hospital. I'm like, oh my God. Like, abandon Jimmy. Like, abort. Like, let them take Jimmy and let us run. I am not being quarantined. So Jimmy gets into the car. And we're like, dude, this is what we're going to do. He's like, I just want to go home. And we're like, dude, no. Like, this is what we have to do. So now Jimmy is freaking out in the car, screaming at us that we're not doing this. He's not going to the hospital. I am abandoning him, just like I was going to abandon him in the parking lot with the kids jumping up and down, doing voodoo or whatever. I think they were going to human sacrifice Jimmy. I really do. I think they were looking for a human sacrifice. They were going to cut off hunks of Jimmy to wear around their neck in case of a piranha emergency. Right?
Right.
Like, this all is adding up now. Like, this is me not manifesting shit. This is me just being super smart. So I'm like, no, like, the man took our license plate and he called ahead. I'm like, listen, if there is a blockade, I will turn around and try to figure something out. But we are doing this. And he's screaming at me, Jimmy, and Mom's like the voice of reason. So we follow this man's directions, and we get to the Piggly Wiggly, and I call 911, and I'm like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And they send an ambulance. And the lady, the two women who are on the ambulance, like, what's the story? And we go through the whole story about how we were driving Mom to New York and blah, 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 blah. And the one EMT was like, I seriously do not think that your husband has COVID. He didn't have a fever, Jimmy. No. He didn't have any of the symptoms of COVID. He was just puking his freaking brains out. And she's like, I'm positive your husband has food poisoning. So she gives him 2 Benadryl. Oh, no. not Benadryls, the stuff you take for motion sick, Dramamine.
Dramamine.
She gives him 2 Dramamines, and she's like, take these, and then you're going to drink Gatorade to replenish your blah, 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 and these will help. And let me tell you something, that is what it was. He had food poisoning from Wendy's in Arkansas. But again, we lived the Outbreak movie. Granted, we didn't get bit by any Carpathian monkeys.
Right.
But again, thanks to my watching Outbreak, we did not get taken and put into any quarantine tanks. Because I know what to look for people and how to handle the situation. Now, this one, I don't know. Except I do know we're going to meet somebody. And I'm going to ask him what he would do. Because he totally did it wrong. So I'm going to...
Oh.
I was so proud because we weren't talking about any of the actors that we love. But we got to talk about this one because he was in the movie. He was in the movie. And we're going to meet him one day soon. I'm going to have to ask him, like, dude, what would you do differently? Because it's happening. So this morning, Mom wakes up. Thank God I have my laptop. Mom wakes up and go ahead, Mom, this is all you, Antarctica. Oh, wait, let me proceed with the movie is Alien versus Predator, which we just watched.
Yes.
Because my actor is in it.
Right.
So anyway, this is all you, Tell the people, Antarctica.
I'm so mixed up right now.
What did they find under Antarctica?
Oh, I'm reading the news on my iPhone, and it says, in a little while, you're going to be surprised with what you're going to get. And then it says, something is coming from below the sea, and it'll be a giant. And I said, Rose, get up. You have to hear this. And I'm reading it to her. In the meantime, Jimmy is out working. So he's not home with us. We're all alone with our puppies. Now we have 2 puppies. And it gets scary because we don't know what's going to happen next. And then I read the next little sentence says they're releasing the fish into the waters.
Recent expeditions in Antarctica have discovered unique deep-sea creatures, including the 20-armed Antarctic strawberry star. The Antarctic seafloor supports a thriving, diverse ecosystem featuring... Oh, holy fuck. Because anybody who knows me knows how petrified of spiders I am.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a whole other fucking story because we only have like 15 minutes left of this podcast. But what they found, fuck us, we're dead. We are dead. The Antarctic seafloor supports a thriving, diverse ecosystem featuring sea spiders.
Oh.
Carnivorous death ball sponges, ice fish, and I can never say this word. Anemones. Yeah. Just go on Google and Google what creature was found in Antarctic. Which brings us back to the movie Alien versus Predator. Now, I was never a big Alien versus Predator person, but one of my favorite actors is Tommy Flanagan, and from Sons of Anarchy. And, oh God, what did we just watch? Gladiator. And the Scotland movie. Braveheart, right? Tommy Flanagan's in all of those. I love Tommy Flanagan. Mom's starting to love Tommy Flanagan. No, I don't think you love Tommy Flanagan, but you like him.
Yeah.
So anyway... In the movie Alien vs. Predator, what do they find? A giant pyramid under the ice. And the stupid humans decide to go down there and see what's in the pyramid. And guess what? 99% of them, including Tommy Flanagan, die because they're stupid and they're touching things. And getting aliens sucked to their faces, could shoot out of their torsos, and then the predator guy coming and shooting people's brains out. Let me tell you something. We need to learn how to survive this. And who the hell, why would they release sea spiders? I am never going in the ocean again, Mom. I thought Turks and Caicos water was freaking beautiful, and there was the little Frederick fish that would come and nibble my toes. Guess what?
He was trying to bite your toes off.
He probably was. So when we go see Tommy Flanagan, I am going to ask him, because I honestly, people, I don't know, other than do not go to Antarctica and investigate shit. I don't know how I can help you with surviving this one. I don't, because they used space-aged technology and if you saw the movie Aliens one, not Predator, which that disappointed me because I was Team Predator. I don't know why, I just was. But when we see Tommy Flanagan, I'm going to ask him, what would you have done differently not to die? Because I need to know. I need to know.
Okay.
I'm not going in the water ever again. I don't know if I'm going to shower. Sea spiders and feather stars. What's an Antarctic strawberry feather star?
Oh, I don't know. Is it star or straw?
Hey, if you
I don't want the YouTube. I don't know, but here, 2 weeks ago, paleontologists discover real-life monster in Antarctic ice. Discover strange and fascinating creatures like the Loch Ness Monster, giant penguins. I would like to meet a giant penguin.
Yeah, but they could be dangerous when they get that big.
Penguins? I petted a penguin at my wedding.
I know.
Oh my God, imagine Kevin the penguin becoming a giant. But he was so...
Did they let him eat at the wedding or not?
No, he was trying to eat the beads off my wedding gown, and I was like, no, Kevin, do not eat the beads off my wedding gown. And his handler was like, you're the only person who was ever concerned about what he ate. Like, can I hold the fucking penguin? We paid $200 extra to have the penguin at my wedding. No, you could pet him. What's he gonna do? Walk around during the cocktail hour. I don't even know if he shat on the floor. But that's true. My wedding reception was at an aquarium, and we paid $200 for the fucking penguin experience, and I didn't even get to hold the penguin. I got to pet him. And if anyone wonders, penguins are very soft, like fur. I don't know if he was even drugged. So yeah, don't go to Antarctica. Don't go in the water. Don't. Just don't. So that brings us to
The Walking Dead.
The zombies, yes.
Yes.
When I was a little kid, my mommy Kay, who was an aunt married to my Uncle Pat, and everybody just called her Mommy Kay. Mommy Kay was a huge horror movie fanatic. And one day she was babysitting me, and then her kids had all watched horror movies, and they were fine and immune. So here's little Texas Rose, 6 years old, watching The Walking Dead and Day of the Dead and Night of the Living Dead, one after the other. And I'm like, oh my God. And then my mother takes me to where her parents are laid to rest, but they're not in the ground. They're in a wall.
Mausoleum.
It's not a mausoleum. It's a giant mausoleum. Well, it's not a personal mausoleum.
No.
And I'm like, okay, but here I am, 6 years old, looking at this marble wall with all these dead people in it. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they're coming through the wall. They're coming through the wall and they're going to eat my brains. So from when I was 6 years old, I was petrified of zombies. And I was terrified every time and we didn't go often, but when I was little, we went more often. We would go to pay our respects to my grandparents, and I'm like, I'm going to die. Like, my family's going to die. Like, zombie apocalypse, bursting through the wall, we're going to die. So, zombie movies growing up for me was a no-go. And then World War Z came out, and my mother, who was a Brad Pitt fanatic, was like, I want to go see World War Z. And I'm like, no, that was 14 years ago because I was
Wow.
just dating Jimmy. I'm like, Mom, it's a zombie movie. Like, you don't want to go see World War Z. I want to go see World War Z. I'm like, it's a zombie movie, Mom. You don't even like horror movies. But Brad Pitt is in it. Oh, Brad Pitt. So we go see World War
I got over that quick.
Once he married Angelina. So we go see World War Z. What were your thoughts on World War Z?
It was ridiculous because everybody was running around and running around.
And again, human error, which created the virus that caused the zombies. So what's that tell us? Nature, scientific people, stop fucking with shit. So we go see World War Z. I'm shitting my pants. Mom's like, oh, Brad Pitt, run, baby, run. And dating my, at the time, boyfriend. And we go on this double date. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I made it through the movie without shitting my pants, literally. We go see we go on a double date. And what do the couple want to see? World War Z. So I saw World War Z twice. And I'm like, oh, motherfucker, like I'm going to die. Like I'm having heart palpitations. My husband was so strong and brave. I had no idea that he was not enjoying the movie. And that was that. Never watched zombie movies. However, because I am such a huge Sons of Anarchy fanatic, and our house is a Sons of Anarchy family, Ryan Hurst was an actor in The Walking Dead. So what does Rose decide to start doing? She starts watching The Walking Dead. But I only watch it in the daytime.
Oh, okay.
And who else loves The Walking Dead? Like, loves The Walking
Peppa.
Dead. And Tony.
Right.
Let us tell you, our dog Tony, he'll go outside and run himself ragged, and you can beg him to come in. He will not come in. You say, Tony, you want to watch zombies? What happens, Ma?
He comes running in, goes right on the chair to sit and watch it.
So we've been watching World War Z, The Walking Dead. We're up to season 8, and I'm like, oh my God, like how much more zombies? Like how much? And I am enjoying it because it shows you what a post-apocalyptic world is. However, we're living a post-apocalyptic world. We really are, if you think about it, people. Granted, we're not at Mad Max, Mad Max mode at this point, but we're in a post-apocalyptic world. So anyway, watching The Walking Dead, waiting to get to seasons 9 and 10 so we could fucking see Ryan Hurst, which he's not even good looking in it because he puts zombie skin on his face. I don't know why, but I know he's not going to be handsome in it. I am not watching all the spinoffs. I'm getting us through The Walking Dead, the original series. And that is it. I know Kim Coates is on one of the spinoffs. Not watching it, Mom. Do you want to watch it?
No.
But all right, so here, this is how you, if it comes time that we have, God forbid, a zombie apocalypse, make sure you have a dumbass with you. Or someone fat. Or someone who you're just like, hey, every man for themselves. Because Mom is older, and you don't move that well, and you don't see that well. And she's my mom. So I'm going to defend her with every fiber in my being. I will not let her get chomped. I'm not getting chomped. So I hate to say it. If, God forbid, there's a zombie apocalypse, number one, make sure you have ammo. Get all the ammo. I'm loading up on ammo as it is because I don't trust the government anymore. I don't trust what's happening with people coming into our country undocumented. I carry at all times. I'm not going to lie. I carry at all times. Why? Because I am not going down without a fight, zombie or not zombie. So we're stocking up on ammo like you cannot believe. We're even going to a gun show in a couple of months. But if you have to run, make sure you have a dumbass because who's fat. Because what you're going to do as you're running and the zombies are coming, you are going to
push them
and trip them?
Yes.
You say it because I'm not going to say this one. How do we survive the zombie apocalypse, Ma?
We throw the fat ass to the zombies.
And who is our fat ass?
We're not going to say the name.
But is he legally bound to me?
Yes, he is.
Sorry, Joanne, but your firstborn is being sacrificed.
And we love him very much, but
Every man for themselves. Every man for themselves. And I hate to say it too, Tony might have to go also.
oh, Tony, our little Tony.
Our little Tony. Don't cry. Are you crying?
Yes.
You didn't cry about sacrificing Jimmy, but you...
Well, Tony shares my bed when I'm not in it, and as soon as he sees me going near it, he jumps off.
Yes, but he's a pain in the ass, and he barks at everything. And he's nosy. Pepper is not nosy. I mean, all right, I won't lie. Pepper is nosy, but out of the two of them, she's the less nosier. And at least she's helps people. Like, she helps me get up when I'm crouched on the floor. Like, she's an asset. What does Tony do?
He likes snacks.
So we can't carry all the snacks. So yeah, we're gonna have to sacrifice Jimmy and possibly Tony. Start acclimating your brain to that, Ma.
Okay.
So yeah, so in the zombie apocalypse, because I have watched How to Survive, it's ammo and sacrificing the least whatever. I really don't have much else to say, Mom. You?
What I could say is, don't watch these movies. Watch the Hallmark movies where everybody is happy.
And you're not gonna learn how to survive this shit, Mom.
Well, I got you there. You're going to save me.
Am I?
Yeah.
Am I? You might wind up getting sacrificed too at this point. I need a sip of coffee.
Go ahead.
We didn't even drink alcohol on this episode.
No, I can't drink any alcohol for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll drink your alcohol for you.
Okay.
But all right, we're just at time to say goodbye. We haven't done a podcast because our life is just hectic. We've been living out of paper plates and cups and destroying the environment with styrofoam because we're in the process of moving. It's been a hectic couple of months. So we will podcast more often. Today we're taking the dogs to a doggy rodeo. I don't know what the hell that is. It sounds like we're going to be spending Jimmy's money. He's going to be having a canary. But yeah. Oh, I almost died.
What about what?
So when I had changed the sheets a couple of weeks ago, I put these blue, like sapphire blue sheets on the bed, and I noticed a little tear on the fitted on the fitted sheet. I'm like, all right, well, these sheets are definitely done. Like, they pop off on the corners all the time. Like, now there's a rip, I could throw them away or whatever. Jimmy comes home with, the rip's getting a little bigger because it's so threadbare. He leaves to go on the road, and now the rip is probably about 7 inches, I would say. And I'm not going to lie, and I'm going to be a little vulgar, but if you look at it, it looks like a vagina. All right, like that's how the rip is. So I've been sleeping on the fitted mattress, and I'm like, all right, you know what? It'll be a treat. When we move into the new house, I'll buy new sheets for the new house. This morning, Pepper wakes me up because it's breakfast time. I go to get out of bed. I can't get out of bed. You want to know why?
You were stuck in that vagina.
Oh my God, Mom just said vagina. But yes, I was stuck in the sheet vagina. So, I do have permission to buy new sheets. But yeah, so that's it. Mom is looking for Comic-Cons to go to. She's having Comic-Con withdrawal. We are not going to, oh my God, there's the Alaska Con.
No, we're not going there.
We are not going to Alaska Con. We are going to a con in June. I won't say where or when, but we are doing that. But we will check in before then for sure. So at this point, everybody stay safe, stay sweet, be kind to one another.
Yes.
What do you want to say?
Yes, just spread love and happiness wherever you go.
And good juju.
Right.
All right, this is Texas Rose and
Lucretia.
saying have a good day, have a good weekend and a week, and be kind to one another. See you all soon.